I'm highly honored to welcome you on behalf of the World Brand Congress to this press conference to share details of a series of exciting and prestigious events coming up between October 21st and 23rd of this year, 2013, at Taj Lands End in Mumbai, India. The World Brand Congress is a not-for-profit making activity organized to bring together the best brains behind many of the world's most successful brands. The World Brand Congress is strategically partnered by the CMO. By CMO, we mean Chief Marketing Officers, KOFSOL USA and CMO Asia, which together we all know have a combined membership strength of over 6,500 members who control more than $350 billion in aggregated annual marketing expenditures and run complex, distributed marketing and sales operations worldwide. In total, these CMOs we are talking about, their strategic interest communities include more than 35,000 global executives in more than 110 countries, covering multiple industries, segments, and markets. Now, you will agree with me that that is huge. And that is what we are trying to create awareness for, and that's what Nigeria has been called to partner in. The theme for World Brand Congress 2013 is Sustainable Brands. And 500 participants from different countries, 150 international, and 250 participants from India are expected at the event. There will also be about 100 invited guests, speakers, dignitaries, and award nominees. And some of them we expect to be award winners, at least at the end of the event. That's the whole essence of the gathering together. We're therefore delighted to announce that Nigeria will be represented at the World Brand Congress 2013 in India. Several Nigerian brands have been nominated for prestigious awards in various categories. The WBC commissioned an independent and comprehensive survey of brands in Nigeria in order to identify the most socially responsible brands which have made significant contributions to the socio-economic development of their respective communities. In alignment with the theme of this year's Congress, the WBC also gave premium consideration to sustainability branding and evaluated accordingly. So we want you to know that it's not a nonsense thing. It's not as if some people are pushovers and they're going to be pushed in there. It's been totally looked into and have been evaluated accordingly. Among the brands which scaled rigorous nomination criteria from Nigeria under different categories include key players in the banking, oil and gas manufacturing, and other sectors of the national economy. The quality, the caliber of the nominations is a fitting tribute to the innovative initiatives which have defined the character of Nigerian brands. You know, we have our own, thank you, we have our own peculiarities, so it's not as if we are being judged with what others outside here that have regular light supply, that have power and all of that. We have our own peculiarities, and so the brands that have been nominated, that have been looked into, are those brands that would have homegrown initiatives, things that we can actually, identify with in Nigeria. The quality, we've said, is based on the character as defined as Nigerian brands. We're going to be very silent on these nominees for now. I mean the corporate ones. So we don't appear to be campaigning for them, as the competition, I must tell you, is very stiff. Therefore, further information on the Nigerian brands nominated will be provided at a later date when the WBC Award Screening Panel releases the list of winners. I hope we can all identify with that, because if we sit down here and keep telling you what they've done rightly, then we might be seen as being biased already. So we want to leave that for later days. But there is one very notable nominee that we're going to talk about. Leah Charity Foundation. We need to explain this, we need to talk about this because we may look at Leah Charity Foundation as not an everyday brand. So we need to let you know why they even came up as a nominee. Leah Charity Foundation is a non-governmental, non-religious, non-partisan, not-for-profit organization, just like the WBC, established to sincerely and strategically address the development challenges synonymous with the developing societies of the world. The Leah Charity Foundation was established by Mrs. Lewa Ahmed, a philanthropist and the wife of the Kwara State's governor. In Nigerian parlance, we refer to her as the First Lady of Kwara State. Leah is an acronym for Life, Empowered, Anchors Hope. L-E-A-H. Is L-E for Lewa, Ahmed, A-H for Ahmed. But you are hearing it right now. It is actually Life Empowered, Anchors Hope. And that's exactly what they are doing. And the charity was inspired by Mrs. Lewa Ahmed's experiences with people challenged by their stations in life. Leah Charity Foundation's fight against underdevelopment is based on the SHE model, SHE model, which translates to social welfare, health, and education, and is driven by the belief that the world can be a better place if every stakeholder contributes in the struggle to eradicate the development deficits confronting the world. The World Bank Congress is honoring Leah Charity Foundation for the following achievements. Leah Zomolewa Safe Motherhood Initiative, a unique homegrown initiative which has greatly reduced infant and maternal mortality through affordable healthcare delivered to the people of Kwara State, with emphasis on women and children under 5 years. We may be asking why under 5 years, but it has been scientifically proven that when a child is well nurtured between the 0 to 5 years, is likely to be well nurtured through the lifetime. We're saying likely because we are not God, and every other thing depends solely on God. Everything that you can nurture to 5 years, we believe you can sustain. And don't forget that the theme is sustainable brands. Leah, under this initiative, maternity wards across the state are being upgraded and equipped to achieve this vision. They also have Clinic on Wheels initiative. Leah virtually takes healthcare delivery to the doorsteps of the people in the form of examination, analysis, treatment, and referrals. The rural communities that constitute a substantial part of Kwara State have tremendously benefited, and the World Bank Congress commends the configuration of Leah's project to suit the operating environment. Leah Site Support Scheme. This provides free eye tests and glasses, auto-refraction services, surgery, referrals, pathology tests, etc. to both the rural and urban populace. Leah Medical Trust Fund focuses on alleviating the financial burdens of getting tertiary medical attention for health challenges such as surgeries and treatment for terminal diseases. The trust fund also has provisions for care for women with birth complications, multiple births, and cesarean sections. Children deprived of breast milk as a result of their mother's death or health conditions, especially people living with HIV/AIDS, and infants whose mothers are unable to lactate properly are taken care of under this scheme. Breast and cervical cancer screening. This is a very big project being managed by Leah Charity Foundation. There are 3 screening centers in operation, and the screening center has just been completed. It is an architectural masterpiece well equipped with mammogram machines, with charges being put at the barest minimum to make it affordable for the people. All these projects are not put together by KOFSOL Group that is powering this, but the WBC themselves, like we said, have sent individuals to check out all of this, and they are on ground. This has created a lot of awareness among the women and significant positive impact among all stakeholders. Leah's achievement in child care is not limited to health, as there are various other laudable initiatives such as Adopt a Child, Education Trust Fund, and the Reading Club. Leah Charity Foundation's Adopt a Child initiative is a well-thought-out scheme aimed at ensuring mass enrollment of children in schools through advocacy, sensitization, monitoring, and collaboration with relevant government agencies, civil societies, and the private sector. The initiative also encourages well-to-do indigents and residents of Kwara State and Nigerians in diaspora to adopt indigent children for educational sponsorship. Leah Educational Trust Fund. The Leah Charity Education Trust Fund is based on the foundation's strong belief that education is the bedrock of communal development. The fund is specially focused on ensuring that indigent Kwara State citizens are educated by offering grants and scholarships. Leah Reading Club is an initiative to positively influence the promotion of a robust reading culture among the youth, pivoted on entertainment and education. Leah Charity Foundation is also focused on poverty alleviation through a tripartite approach, including Leah Women Empowerment Scheme, Leah Youth Empowerment Scheme, and Leah Widow Empowerment Scheme. The World Bank Congress has therefore nominated Leah Charity Foundation under the Women and Child Care category and applauds the brand's sustainability of Leah's initiatives. Information on other nominees, like the GTB, Baywood Continental Limited, etc. from Nigeria, and further details on the level of Nigerians' involvement in this globally prestigious event will be provided at a later date, like I said initially. It is hoped that all the Nigerian brands nominated will ultimately emerge winners in their respective categories, so as to encourage even greater contributions to the socio-economic development of Nigeria. We hope everybody will pray towards this. Actually, this is the first time Nigerian nominees are getting this far, as being recognized by WBC. The 2013 World Brand Congress offers an exciting platform for business networking, brand showcase, and global integration. We are delighted that Nigerian brands have achieved recognition on a global stage and have been competitively positioned with peer brands from all over the world. This is a major source of pride to the brand management sector in Nigeria, and we urge all stakeholders to continue to work together to support this wonderful initiative and plan to actively participate in the 2013, 2014, and future congresses. Thank you very much for your patience and listening. God bless you.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Olaosebikan. That was a wonderful speech. Well delivered. And as usual, I'm sure we would like to ask a few questions just to get clarifications. But let me say up front that we will send you email copies of this speech. So that will be done even before you get to your offices. You'll find your email copies. That's why we asked for your contact details. And I think I would also like to add that the fact that Nigerian brands have been recognized at this global platform is also a tribute to your association, you the brand journalists, because without you nurturing and projecting these brands, there's no way it will ever happen. So I think you guys deserve a round of applause. Thank you very much. So we'll just take take a few questions. By show of hands, just indicate, tell us your name, the newspaper, media organization you represent, and that.
I want to know, when the partnership starts, how long does the Solar should be interacting with them? That is one. Two, in as much as I agree with you that we don't want to disclose the Nigerian brands that have been nominated, how many of such? Thank you very much.
Yeah, like my colleague said, it would be nice for us to know maybe a few of the other brands that were nominated, or at least a particular industry, even if you can't give us the name, the particular industries they are coming from. And then we also want to know the track record of World Brand Congress, their pedigree, so that we know where they are coming from. And then some of us who have money might as well get our tickets and get there to know what's happening. And then if you feel that there's any leverage we can add, you may pick a few of us and take us to India. Then we know what's going on. But we need to know the track record of these people, because from what we have seen now is like something, if I'm going on anywhere away from here with any picture, is a picture of a brand that wants to do what NGOs and political NGOs for that matter. So let's get a bigger picture to be able to enable informed commentary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brand World Media. Now, the model of the Lear charity you discussed. Alright, the model of the Lear charity you discussed, I reckon, is a social innovation intervention project. And I'm aware that the former lady of Kwara State also has some similar intervention projects displayed. I want to know the impact of some of these projects in the lives of those it's designed to, the measurement tools that has been used, because I think this might have been a prerequisite for it to have been nominated in the first place. And then also, now, is this company being projected as a brand? And if so, the sustainability of this project is what I would like you to also dwell on, in terms of giving us the picture of what would come after, probably after this award has been given, if it gets to win and things like that.
Because it's a nomination.
A report for Business Television. I just wanted to probably just throw more light on the World Brand Congress, WBC. For how long has it been in existence, and a Nigerian membership of the brand, the Congress? And then why has Nigeria been nominated before now, and why has it taken so long for Nigerian brands nominated? Thank you.
I'll start from the last question, and that was, how long has the WBC been in operation? This is not the first edition of the Congress. WBC, the Congress actually started since 2003. So this is the 10th edition. And if you can recollect, while I was speaking, I said this is actually the first time Nigerian brands are getting to the nominated stage. We don't want to kind of beat our drums in KOFSOL Group, but that could be attributed to what we tried as a brand to do, so that we are not just left on as a pushover in all of these things. Because not being nominated or not being given an award in things like this is not because we don't have credible brands in Nigeria, but sometimes, like I was sharing with friends yesterday, sometimes you have all it takes, but you are not showcasing it to the world. You have it right there in you, but you are not making use of it. And so nobody knows that you have it. So these are just some of the issues, and this is what this occasion is trying now, you know, to showcase and to also bring about that we are also here. There are brands here. They can be sustainable. They can be everything other brands are. But somebody has to get up and say it. And that's why this press conference also is that it's a form of awareness. It's not only the last question, the person who asked the last question that has not heard about WBC before. Many people have not. That's just a shock. And they've been there since 2003. And it's a world thing. And Nigeria, well, as we all know, is still part of the world. Okay? So this is the beginning of better time in the branding world. And we hope that, as the theme is, we'll be able to sustain it. So to that question, I hope I've answered it. It's been since 2003. And you can also go to their website, www.worldbrandcongress.com. You have every detail there, but we just want to create the awareness so that we all know what they're all about and why we should be part of this. Like I said also, it's a good way to network. You can imagine all the chief marketing officers from USA, from Asia. We should be able to, by the grace of God, during the next Congress, to also talk about the CMOs Africa. Because we've had the CMO USA, we have the CMO Asia being recognized as coming together there, but we didn't hear anything about Africa. We're not going to talk too much about this because we know that you have to start from somewhere. And thank God we have started from somewhere today. I hope you are satisfied. The last question. Okay. Now, how many brands have been nominated? Now, the number of brands nominated we are going to be silent about that as well, because we don't want anybody coming back. It's a competition, and we should have a very good competitive spirit. In a competition, some people will win, some people will lose. We don't want to, maybe when they come back as winners, then they can be celebrated. But like the other person also asked, we will give you the industries they play. Some of them play in the banking industries, and some in the oil and gas, and some in manufacturing. I hope I've satisfied your yearnings on that. And Leah, L-E-A-H, what impact? That's still part of what I've talked about in my speech earlier on. Also, we won't want to beat the drum so much for Leah. We would like also to wait and let them go, and when they come back, we will now showcase all they have on ground, pictorially and all of that. But to satisfy the question as asked, Leah is making a lot of impact, and they are affecting lives in that state. And these are the brands that we should all come together to sustain, so that they can also be sustainable. Because if nobody talks about them, if nobody showcases them, if nobody brings them to the fore, if nobody recognizes what they are doing, they are likely to be discouraged. Well, the lady asked about the former First Lady. Of course, I am also privy to the fact that Her Excellency, Mrs. Toyin Saraki, was once an excellency, always an excellency, did a lot to affect the lives of Kwara states, especially women and the children, just as Leah is trying to do. You will also agree with me that if Mrs. Saraki had not built anything there, there would probably be no platform for Leah to operate today. But I won't say unfortunately, because Mrs. Saraki's charity also was severally acknowledged during her time, and even now. That's also a sustainable brand, because she's still operating and she's still affecting lives positively. She's doing a lot in what she's doing, and I really think that if nominations are going to be taken maybe some other time, I don't know what happened this time, probably she has been or she has not, I don't really know. But what we have now as a nomination is Leah. And that's why we are talking about Leah. But I will like to agree with you totally that Mrs. Toyin Saraki's charity organization did a lot when she was there as the wife of the governor of Kwara State, and up till now, still doing a lot, affecting lives positively. Thank you.
Let me just add, my colleague Clara, Leah is not a political brand. Remember,
That's what I wanted to establish.
not a political brand. Remember during Mrs. Olaosebikan's eulogy, she stated very clearly that it's a non-partisan, non-religious, non-political, non-for-profit everything. So that's the brand character of Leah Charity Foundation, and clearly they will continue even after Mrs. Lewa Abed leaves office as First Lady. It's something that she feels very passionate about. All right? And then as to the possibility of media, Nigerian brand journalists' involvement in the Congress, well, it's something that we have to work together collaboratively. That's why I said at the beginning that this is not a one-off. This is the beginning of a partnership between World Brand Congress and their representative here in Nigeria and the brand journalists. So we hope that this interaction will grow in scope in future so that we can accommodate all of those initiatives that we're proposing. But for now, we will need your support so that even in giving feedback to the World Brand Congress, they will know that it's a robust initiative here in Nigeria, worthy of support and worthy of all those initiatives that we want to propose. Thank you. There are no more questions. Let me hand over the microphone to my colleague.
Promoting products and services and programs because without you, what you want is happening, you just cannot that brands in Nigeria and that department. So we hope that you continue to do work, and also pray to celebrate with you when Nigeria is just at the organizations that are resistance emerge as known as World Brand Congress 2013 in India. So at the end of the day, all of us will have to pause because when Nigerians are not really celebrated, because Nigerian brands are doing very well. Brands are doing market communications. They are doing very well as you are reporting. But we've always been keeping to ourselves internally. We have a lot of awards being organized in Nigeria, yes, for brands. But this is the first time that brands in Nigeria have been taken out. Journalists on their own, of course, are going out to have certain awards, which Nigerians have won. We have Nobel Award, Nigerians have won. But when it comes to brands themselves, they don't really be out of this country. That's why we appreciate the efforts of KOFSOL, what they are doing, taking the brands for the first time out of this shop country. And we pray that at the end of the day, Nigerians will emerge as winners at the Congress, and all of us will have to celebrate once the data is in the